Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here with you, and a updated video on our futures prop trading. You're going to like this one a lot. Let's get into it. Start off here. Again, I'm DayTraderRockStar. I'm the host of DayTradingRadio.com. We broadcast live every day at DayTradingRadio.com. I get in the markets about 8 o'clock in the morning. We trade all day till about 4. And lots of times we send out these great little videos, and sometimes we trade even after hours. So definitely check us out at DayTradingRadio.com. Now, we've been really focused on prop trading recently. It's just been a great way of getting newer traders into the market with very little risk. First, let me catch you up about what proprietary or prop trading is all about. We call it prop trading. Basically, you will open up a simulation account with a proprietary firm. There's many out there. We use two here at Day Trading Radio, Bullinox and Apex Funding, and I'll go over those in a second. And what you do, and let me just bring this up for you so I could walk you along this with this. Now this is the Bullinox, BULENOX.com. And if you go to the site, you'll just, I'm just going to walk you through this a little, just real fast, to kind of give you an update of how this works. So you're going to scroll down, and what happens is you get a qualification account. Qualification account is basically a simulation account. And what you have to do with the qualification accounts, you could get any different size you want, a $25,000 account, a $50,000 account, $100,000, $150,000, all the way up to a $250,000 account. Now, the interesting thing about these prop firms that they usually advertise that they, to open up a SIM account, there is a small charge. When I say small charge, you might think $125 is not that small. But this is something they do to make their coupons look super valuable. And that's what you want to do. You want to use a discount coupon for these firms, and they're out all the time. I have them for you anytime you need them. I have them on the site. So this is very important to remember. You don't want to just open up a prop account without using a coupon to bring these costs down. Usually they're 80%, 90% coupons, which takes these prices like $125, and that'll bring it all the way down to, say, $17 or $20, $21. So it's an incredible deal. And so for me, I usually use the $50,000 account, $100,000. You just remember, you can start off with any one you want here. The one thing I would recommend is, or at least advise you to understand, is that the account that you qualify with, like the simulation account that you start off with, is the one that you'll get a real account if you qualify. So if you start off with a 25K account and you qualify with that one, then you'll get a real 25K account. Same thing with the 100,000, again, 150,000, 50,000. So remember that, and that's very important, because the more money you start out with, potentially the more money you're going to be able to make. Each one of these, and I'm going to run through this real fast. This is not what the video is about, because we've discussed this many times. We'll use a $50,000 account as an example. You're allowed to trade up to 7 contracts. This is on the ES contract, the S&P mini contract. You also trade the micro contracts, which are, 10 micros equal 1 ES mini. So basically, you could trade up to 70 micro contracts. Now, your profit target here is what you have to get to. You have to make $3,000 without losing $2,500. And the $2,500 is called a drawdown, or at least it's a trailing drawdown, meaning as you move, as your profit goes up, so does your drawdown, meaning you can never lose more than $2,500 if you make, say you go up and you're up about, for argument's sake, you start off with a 50K account and you're up to almost $3,000, and you pull back to $1,500 and you hit your drawdown of $2,500, even though you're up, you're up 100, whatever, you're up $1,000, you'll still get stopped out because your trailing stop is going to follow you up, and you're always going to keep that space between where your highest profit is and where your trailing stop is. So just remember, always take profits. That's the important key here. Now, again, whatever this first 10,000 you get 100% of. We'll talk about that in a second. And again, the cost here also is kind of different. Now, I have a coupon code, so let's go back here. And let's say you're going to join it, or you're going to do this. You're going to say, all right, I want to open up a 50K account. So you're going to put in the coupon code DTROCT for October. Day Trading Radio October. Click on we'll start with the 50K account. And you can see it brings it down to $29.75. Now, basically what this is doing, this is giving you a simulation account where you're able to trade $50,000 using the parameters that they give you, 7 contracts. You have to make a profit of $3,000 without hitting the trailing stop. All right. And you're paying $29.75 to do that. Now, this is a monthly charge. So each month it would recur if you wanted to keep this. And it's actually a great thing to keep because you're being supplied with a trading platform, the NinjaTrader platform, a NinjaTrader license, and a data feed. So basically you're able to trade and everything's included to get you up and running for that $29.75. Now, if I was $25,000, you can see that price is only $24.65. So the DTR October, don't forget to use that. And it's going to bring that price down a lot. If you want to do the $100,000, it's $36. The $150,000 is basically $55. And when we see what we can do with these accounts, now remember, this is what we specialize here at Day Trading Radio, is to qualify you. And that's the what we're going to review today, because we had a couple of people qualify, and the setups are perfect. And I teach the setups to take what we call a super signal, and these things typically qualify you just in a few days of just trading and following my rules that I set forth. We have alert signals that go out to traders who are members that tell you exactly when to buy, where to place your stop, and we have it pretty much down to a science. So after you qualify, and you will qualify, after you qualify, you then get a live account. Let's go back here. We scroll back down. You get a master account. Now, the master account, after you qualify, you create your account, you choose one of the account sizes, you start the qualification account, and you qualify. After you do that, you tell them, you email in, or you just send it a submit saying I qualified. Do you want to what do they say? Just approve it, and they're going to say yes, you did qualify, and here's your master account. There is a fee for the master account. I believe it's I think it's like $150 maybe, but now you're trading with live money. And what's great about this is that you don't even have to have your own money to start this. Maybe when you get a qualified account, say, all right, Johnny, here's $50,000. You can keep up to the first. You're going to keep the first 10,000 without commissions, and then you're going to earn up to 90% of all the profits that you make with this. Again, you got to still follow the rules. You can't have more than a drawdown of $2,500. And again, you can start qualifying and taking out money once you hit your profit target. Now, you can continue to roll that up, but just make sure do not go below your $2,500 trailing drawdown, which is following you up. So if you're up there and maybe you made $60,000, your trailing drawdown will be $57,500. Even though you have a $50,000 account, you don't want to get stopped out by doing that. So it's a game of understanding when to take your money off the table, and also always take your profits. Don't gamble like this. This is, with the alerts that you get, it's pretty easy. We're going to go over those, all right? So, I mean, imagine you start off, you're paying $27, whatever you're paying for this, $27. You have a qualification account. We qualify you by following our alerts and stuff. You get a real account, and you do the same thing until you start to get money, and then you can start to withdraw your money. I think twice a month you could take a withdrawal, and it just gets wired to you, and just like that, it's very simple. All right. I mean, that's basically it. That is basically it. It's very simple. Let me jump back over here right now. And again, the what was I looking at here? Bring my thing down. The coupon code is DTROCT. I'll put a link in the room. If you want to come over to Day Trading Radio, take a picture of this little bar here. You'll get a 10-day trial. You can actually see what we trade and how we trade. This is something brand new. You're going to see a video on this soon. Futures Trade Alert Network. This is an audio, almost like a walkie-talkie on your phone, which we identify and send out all the alerts. We also do it on our dashboard. If you're not familiar with it, I definitely take the 10-day trial. Just, you can click on the banner or scan it, and you'll get a 10-day free trial, no credit card or anything required or anything there. For other people who are familiar with this, as you can see, if you're not a trial and you want to become a member, a basic membership is very reasonable, $69.95, and with that you get the Tradeometer, you get the RockBot channel, you got the prop alerts, you got the watch list, you got all Day Trading Radio and its dashboards and stuff. Quarterly, $195. If you want to have the RockBot scripts, which I have scripts that run on your NinjaTrader platform that identify all these things, here they are and stuff. And the lifetime membership is here, but we actually have a Columbus Day sale here. So let's just jump over here. We have a Columbus Day sale event here, lifetime sale. It's actually, we held back the price of $14.95. It was from last week. So we're going to keep that. We're going to add in a 40% discount just for this week, brings our price down to $895.97. That's a great price. Now remember, this is a lifetime, so you get everything for lifetime. Normally, for a year, it's $600. All right, $600 for a year. You're getting a lifetime membership. That's just not even everything that you're getting included. The lifetime now is $894, so you're getting a year. You're paying for the year and a little bit more, but you're getting a lifetime. Then you have access to Day Trading Radio for life, and that also includes something that the educational courses. I have 2 huge educational courses that are sold separately for $500. So that's almost $1,000 discount. If you think about that, add another $500 discount. Plus, I do some one-on-one mentoring lessons and stuff for this original price. If that's something that interests you, I could probably do a couple of them for you if you do take the sale. This is a lot of work that I do, and there's limited time and space for this. But so I wasn't adding it to the sale. But for those of people who do take the sale, I will add a one-on-one mentoring session for you. All right, just mention that. So this is the 5-day sale. It ends on Friday, the Columbus Day sale. And again, this is the Bull & Ox 80% off coupon. It's good all month, but I would take advantage of it. DTR October or DTR Oc. It almost says DT Rock, but it's all on qualification accounts, 25K or higher. All right, let's get busy on the while we're here, because the markets have been great. We just want to be. Let's get going here. All right, this is our dashboard, and when you go to Day Trading Radio and you log in, again, a lot of the members are getting this. I'm putting this out for everyone. But if you're not a member, this is your dashboard. When you log in as a member, you have your trade alert box. you have your prop trading screen down here, because I'm trading the prop account also. So when this is our main screen, which we're calling the markets with. These are our scanners that are going off. We're trading options, futures, and stocks. But this screen down here is mainly for our this screen right down here in the lower left hand corner is our prop trading account, and this is where I qualify on my accounts. And then you could shadow me if you want. All right, you can shadow me, do whatever you want. Right now it's off because I'm using the computer that I'm using that chart to show you some stuff today, so I didn't want to stream the video that I'm doing, and that will be up and running again right after I do this video. You'll see this chart that you're going to see right now in that spot. So this is the qualification account, and you can see there's a lot of trades today. There's absolutely a lot of trades. Now, I'm trading the 50K account. Tomorrow I should qualify. I'm $50 away from my qualification, so which is good. I want to give out a shout out to Little Snitch out there who qualified on a $150,000 account today. $150,000 account. That's great. So that means he's going to be trading a live, real $150,000 account. All I told him to do is continue to take these alerts. He knows the system. We're going to show you the setups here. It's very logical. It's a masterpiece of technical analysis and just having patience and discipline and working as a team here at Day Trading Radio. All right, so we're all going to qualify. It's just a matter of putting the effort in and getting in front of your screen and being there at the right time at the right place. I will point out the best setups, and we've been doing that. I've been doing that Day Trading Radio has been on the air since 2007. I've been trading since 1996. So what you're looking at here is the ES contract. This is the S&P or 500 E-mini contract. This is actually on the micro contract, which is basically going to be the same as the ES contract. And what I typically do when I'm trading the MES. And in market conditions that we trade 3 setups. That's when I say I'm talking about Day Trading Radio, the traders in our chat room, traders out there, the listeners and stuff, and things that I teach. I teach 3 what are called high probability setups. First one is our number one go-to is called a lane divergence. I call it the lane divergence because it was developed by George Lane in the 1950s. It's actually based off the stochastic oscillator. But we've trimmed it down and improved on it, and we've added things to it, and it is absolutely a fantastic indicator. And we know different time frames that it works on so well that I recommend people trade the MES if they want to trade. But when we have what we call a super signal is one of the 3 setups that I teach, and I send those out. And we send these out in 2 different ways. We have a new alert system that we send out. That's an audio alert that comes right over your phone like a walkie-talkie. We also send out text messages and email alerts. And if you're listening to the show, you hear me taking the trades live. So there's so many different ways to get the alerts. And for those out there who are members and stuff, I just want to go over this and show you the setups over the last few days that we always stress. I stress this so much, and it's so important, and the repetition to go over these things over and over again, because when you see these things set up and I show you how they work and you see them over and over again, you build the confidence to do this, and it's very important to do that. Build confidence and repeat it. All right, the first thing we know that when we do get into a position, we always have our set stop being placed right underneath our divergence low. We're going to talk about the divergence in a second. On the profit side of things, it really is about understanding market conditions at the time. If you're in an uptrend or you're in a downtrend buying a bounce, you want to sell it quicker, versus if you're in an uptrend on a pullback, you want to let it run. So these things come into play. There's no set rule. It really depends on market conditions and what the market is telling you to do. But the important part is your entry. So we try to identify all these things. We have to have an entry criteria, a profit criteria, a stop criteria, risk management, how to increase your position size. These are all things that I go over and teach, and this is part of our basic business plan that you get even as a trial member. So if you want to become a trial member, definitely sign up, and you'll get all this information to get you started. The important thing is the big divergence here. Now, I go over this little example what divergence means, and how George Lane described the divergence, and trying to explain how this works and how it's a momentum indicator that measures momentum underlying the price of the stock. You can't really see it on the charts, but it's underlying the chart action because it goes back a certain amount of periods, and it's taken an average of that closing price relative to what the previous closing prices is. And we're able to actually start to see prices start to move, even though the momentum start to shift, even though the prices might still be moving down. We'll start to see the momentum moving up, and that's the magic of stochastics. And that's the magic of how I teach stochastics and understanding them. I'm so excited with how things are working out with these signals. And, I always tell people there's nothing better out there. There is nothing better out there. And combining our method of trading with prop trading, it's like a win-win situation, because basically it's a low entry to get into the market. You're not bringing, your own money into the market and learning and losing. You're actually paying a very small amount, say for the 50K account, $27, and you're taking these trades and you're not losing anything, and you're actually qualifying, and then you get a real account, which again is not your money, and you're not on the hook for it at all. Don't ever worry about that. You're never on the hook for it. The worst thing you could do is stop out, and they shut the account down, and you reopen another one. And that's how many people do it. That's how they make money, because a lot of people are just emotional, and the market's very hard. And again, that trailing drawdown will slowly move up. And if you move down, you got to just be careful. We have that covered though. So my divergence rules are very exact. We have it written down in our business plan, everything that is defined. I'm just going to roll through them because I don't want to make this too long. But basically, we're looking for that two different type: a double bottom divergence where the price comes down and matches each other, and then we have a higher rotation. All right. Or we have the sell side divergence where we have a higher high and a lower high on the stochastics. That's our sell side divergence. As you see, come on, Johnny, get those things underway here. Let me get this over here. These are just great examples that I put up there in this little tutorial for you to kind of catch you up on what a divergence is. I get spotted a divergence like like anything. So you have a low, you have a lower low, the higher low stochastic. Again, these stochastics only have one line. There's a reason behind that. And again, it all, head over to Day Trader Radio, become a member. You're going to learn all this stuff. Now, there's a lot of stuff here that I won't go over because we're going to just talk about the different type of divergences. The classic divergence, where we have the higher low and the lower low on the price. All right, and the double bottom divergence where the price meets itself, and then we have the higher low. That's a very bullish divergence. And of course, the opposite works just as well. So these are just examples of what we're looking for. The low on the price, the higher low on the stochastics, and the big move. 9 times out of 10, I want to show you divergence. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a move in the direction of the divergence. Simple as that. Doesn't get any better than that. Question is, and here's my charts. If you want to know what these lines are and what we use, here they are. Your longer term moves are found on the daily and weekly. You can also use this for trading stocks. This week's 10 for 1,000 watch list, I showed you all the divergence that we're setting up, and that's how we were to predict a rally today. Even though in the face of the news out of Israel and stuff, it was kind of dangerous understanding what was going to happen with the markets. But the divergences that came out on Friday were so perfect that it just was screaming for a buy today on Monday. Here's a coiled divergence is one of the. All right, so this is that's the basic divergence. Now we also trade a couple other setups. One is a 2020 bull and bear flag, which I wonder if I have on here. This might just be dealing with divergences on this little course here. You can see I have a lot of information on here. And again, if you want this goes out to all members of Day Trading Radio, even the free trials. I think I have it on another course that we'll discuss later on, even the tradeometer. All right, so let's go and take a look at the markets right now. I just wanted to show you some examples of divergences so you could see exactly what we look for. Now, there's a lot of trades here going on, all right, and don't get overwhelmed by that, because during the day if we zoom out, let's see if we could zoom out here. And just say, like, this is where we are. And you go to the right of the candle over here, the right of the chart, that's always where and the candle's ticking away, or the chart is ticking away minute by minute, and we're waiting for the setup. So we're watching our quad. These are called the quad stochastics. The quad stochastics. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quad meaning 4. Each one represents something else. Together, it's like, it's unstoppable the way we line these up. There's a couple different setups that we look for. One is called the quad rotation. The other super signal that I like to point out is the 44 divergence. And again, some of these terms you might not be familiar with. I'm not going to go into all right here, but for those out there who are members, you know what the 44 is. I'm going to show you some examples of that in this last couple days. This is what caused a lot of people to qualify on their accounts. And it's pretty easy to qualify. I'm not going to simplify things, but if you have patience and you have discipline and you don't try to overtrade, and that's the hard thing, because I even find myself sometimes, at the end of the day, trying to catch a little bit more of a move, or just kind of going long. You think you're going to break out. The divergences happen. Maybe you have 2, 3, 4, maybe you have 5, maybe a little bit more divergences a day. But the days that you have 1 or 2, you're sitting in front of the computer for 8 hours waiting for something to set up. It's very easy to push the button and just take random trades. And whenever you do that, whenever you take those random trades, you're setting yourself up to, it's not the high probability setup we want. And you probably will get chopped up. And that's okay. And I always tell people, you're going to have to try to figure out your own way. I could show you the way, but most people like to find their own way. And when they can't find anything better, then they come back. So feel free to find your own path, but I guarantee you'll find nothing better than what I'm teaching here. We combine this stuff also with volume profile. So I'm not saying other things are not great. MACD divergences, RSI divergences are key. Stochastics divergence with my quad stochastics and my 44 stochastics are unbeatable. You match that up or overlay them to volume profile lines, support and resistance line, it only becomes better. So here's the market. Just pretend this is the market. And this is at 9 o'clock, market opening up at 9 o'clock. You can see, see what the market's doing. It's moving up. The early morning trade, lots of times you might, let's make sure we're all set up here. There we go. See the market pushing up here. Now I'm just going to actually zoom out here, and we're just going to scroll through this Now I'm actually trading a lot during these days, and I'm not taking the, because I'm a little bit more experienced in trading. I see some of the things that are moving, but I recommend, and that's why I only send out super signals that are qualifying. So if you're new to trading, I only recommend people take the super signals. Don't take the scalps, because they're very, you could get chopped up a lot. But I can measure out the 60-10 stochastic down here, which is embedded, and then recognize that we're seeing a rotation down here. And as we're seeing that rotation on that 9.3, and we're staying above the 80 line here. Let me actually fix this. There we go. I'll fix each one of these so it's adjusted a little bit better. Once we have that 60-10 embedded, and when I say embedded, it's above the 80 line here. The higher above the 80 line, the better. And when we start to see a rotation, but the price holding the 20-period moving average right here, that's why I would take a trade here, because this is what we call a bull flag. It's one of our best. It's a high probability setup. It's one of our best setups. So we'll take the trade there and get the bounce and get our targets and take it out. Again, we might set up again on that over and over again. So we're trading divergences, bull and bear flags, and quad rotations. Here's a quad rotation. It's when all four stochastics get underneath the 20 line at the same time. There's a quad rotation here, and you can see how that works. You can see those big moves in the the market there. This is incredible. Incredible quad rotation right there. There's an incredible quad rotation right there. It just went up. Now, let's take an example at 43.10. Say you get in at 43.10. Let me just, for argument's sake, if you're in there, this has happened a little bit before the market opened. Remember, the futures go around the clock, basically. So you could find these setups, at 3 o'clock in the morning when European markets open up. You can find them at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I usually get in around 8. We start trading, around 8:30 and 9. So, right when we start to see these things, I start to mark them off. Here was another, this was, let's see, what was that? We got in here. It was a good trade, whatever it was. There was let's just go. I want to show you the divergences now. And that's going to be key here. All right, so here's the little divergence here. I want to show you the divergences. Here's a low right here. Here's a lower low. Here's a low on the stochastics. And there's a higher low. All right, you see that right there? That's a divergence right there, where we took that buy. And we take and we close it out right here. Then it pulled back a little. We wanted to buy because it was still looking really good because it started to get embedded. Once it starts to hold above there, we know that strength is there, and we continue to be long. So there's just a couple good rules that we like to be in. And again, as long as you have these things on your side, it's just a matter of time for you to qualify. Let's see here. This is actually the market. This was actually today's market. Today's market actually pulled back down here, and here we had a beautiful divergence here. We had a nice little downward channel. It came down to a low here. It popped up, came down to a lower low. Here you had the higher low on a look at this 14.3 here. Look how high that low was here. And that was our divergence right there. And we took those entries and we sold it right at the top. Now, how do we know when to get out? Well, again, I usually pay attention to my oscillators also when it gets overbought or when we start to see the 60-10 rotate, because that 60-10 represents our 5-minute time frame. Believe it or not, we've developed that a special setup where we know where that 5-minute is at all times, even though we're looking at the 1-minute time frame. Now, this is also 44. 44 is one of the best setups there. So again, you can see the huge move. Now, at any of these super signals, a divergence like this, you could go all in. Remember, we're trading a $50,000 account. You could trade up to 7 contracts. 7 contracts on the on the ES. Now, even though I am trading some of the MESs and stuff, because I'm very close to qualifying, so I'm not risking too much, and I'm just, I know I could qualify just by waiting for my setups, and I'm not being too aggressive. I don't want to be holding too many ESs, especially today when we're maybe waiting for some news to come out of Israel. I didn't want to just get caught and just blow up the valuation account. So I was trading most of the MES today. But if you were, and again, with these accounts that are so cheap, between $17 and $20-something, you get a divergence on a 14.4, a 14.3, or a 44, and you have a perfect divergence. All right, and you have a perfect divergence, and you get in here at, say, 43.36. This went up to 46. It went even higher than that. I mean, I don't even know how high it went. Look how high that went. That just took off. You could be in here with 7 contracts, and what you would do is you would get the alert. You would see that I would tell you it would come over the alert system. It would say super signal divergence on the ES at 43.36. Place your stop at 43.31, or whatever the appropriate stop would be. It's usually under It's usually right under the divergence candle. All right. If it's a high probability setup or a super signal, I tend to recommend going a little bit deeper on, bigger on those contracts. You don't have to go all out and say, I want to go all 7 contracts and see what's going to happen there. But if you did, and you get 10 points, well, just do the math on that. Just do the math. 1 point on the ES is $50. Or of 1 point, 1 point is $50 per contract. So if you have 10 contracts or 7 contracts, all right, that would be 35. That would be $350. Yeah, $350 for 7 contracts for 1 point. 1 point only. Now you're getting 10 points. That 10 points would turn down into 3,500. That's a qualifying on your evaluation account, just like that in this move off of this divergence. All right, so that's how easy it is. But you have to wait for the signal. You have to wait for the signal. I guarantee you, the signals will come, because they do come. That's what we do every single day. Every single day we send out these signals, and they are massive and big, massive. And even if you don't get that super signal, you'll find out that we take the flags. We have different signals that we look for, and it's always about just making profits and taking the profits off the table. And I always say, if you miss the setup, don't get upset. There's always another setup right around the corner. You need to have patience, and you need to have discipline. The patience is to wait for the setups. These setups are unbeatable. All right. Here we had again, right over here, a little sell side. It was a little sell divergence right here. You could see the high and the lower high and the high and the higher high. I took a little short there, and we pulled back. But when we pulled back, we were holding above the 80 line here. So I said, that's very dangerous. Let's take our profits here. It's probably going to be a bull flag, and it was a bull flag, and we moved higher. So we actually sold that, and we closed it out on the pullback, and then it did push a little bit higher. Again, this is just, we have it down. It is. I'm excited to just show you these setups. Now this was today. I want to go back. Let's go back just on Friday. I want to show you the best setups out there. Like today's divergence could have qualified you no problem, and it did qualify some people. Again, I think I mentioned little snitch here qualifying on a $150,000 account today, which was good. He did that on some flags. Stungo is out there. He's qualified like on 4 or 5 accounts using the Rockbot script. Here's a little divergence here at 3 o'clock in the morning. We won't talk more about, I want to get to the regular market hours because I wish I could. So this was the gap down, October 8th, the Sunday night gap down after the Israeli attack. This is Friday, and we're going to scroll out on Friday here. You You see, we had a beautiful day on Friday. I made about $3,000 on the prop count because we caught this. It was a perfect divergence we caught. Might have been right here. Let me see where it was. Oh, this was on Friday. We bought it here, closed it here, then I rebought it here. I just felt the market was strong. We had a low here. All right, I'm looking at this, and we had almost a double bottom here. This is what we call a relative divergence. This is actually the setup what we took, and we took it here and we sold it right here. I came back from lunch for my daughter's birthday, and I ended up closing it out there for like $3,000. It was a nice move. It was like 40-point move, and I only had a couple. I did have the ES on it. The day before that, let's see here. I'm just looking for some divergences for you. Just want to point them out so you just see them. Let me scroll back here. This is overnight here. This is at 5 in the morning. This is a beautiful divergence right here, 5 in the morning. It's a little early for me, but here you can see the low, and then we have the lower low on the price, but the higher low on the stochastics here. All right, and that was the bottom on that pullback. Overnight trade. Another little divergence right here on the double bottom and the higher low on the stochastics. Again, I'm not going to be here at 1 o'clock unless you want me there. And if you do want me there, you can you could reach out and email me at ironaction@yahoo.com if you need some help overnight trading. 10 o'clock here, perfect divergence here, and this is a good time right here, or 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock right here. The low, the lower low, the higher low. All right, right there. That's the divergence right there. That's your divergence low. You put a stop right in that low. You might, you got a nice move here. You probably get in here. To be realistic, you get in at 80. What is that? 85. It did pop up here. It's not that you're going to get out right at the highs, but it did go up to about 4 points. That's a nice little move. And then it pulled back. It didn't take out the lows, which is really great about divergences because your stop could be right at the lows. It gives you a very low risk, high reward entry. We'll probably see one tonight if I zoom out. Let's go out here a little bit further, and then we're going to end the video because we're going to get ready for tomorrow. The markets are up 7 points right now overnight. All right, this is probably last Thursday, and you can see I've traded quite a bit. But the real trades come in with the divergences. That's the only ones I want to send out to you. And again, I can't wait to explain this. I have to put a video out for this new Trade Alert audio system that we have going on using the Zello app on your phones. Automatic alerts get sent right to your phones. It comes across as a walkie-talkie. It's amazing. So you're not going to miss anything. I don't care if you're in the shower, you could hear it. You probably run out and say, oh my God, there's the super signal divergence. These things are worth money. A 44 divergence, and if I could show you a 44 divergence, I will. I'm going to look for it. That 44 is that white indicator down here. This is the 44, all right? So what we're looking for is a divergence. Here we actually have a little 44 divergence right here. Right here. See that low? And that lower low right here, and that higher low on the 44 right there. It's just and look at the explosive move. We bought here and we took it off all the way up. I mean, what a great! I mean, they will come around, and usually they come around every day. 1, 2, 3, 4 divergences. This is all I would trade. I've thought about just turning the whole show into trading divergences, not trading divergence, but qualifying people for prop accounts, because there's no risk. There is absolutely no risk involved here. You really have no skin in the game other than the small fee you use. You pay to get your qualification account, and once you qualify, then you pay about $150, which it is. All right, that's a little, but it's not like you're bringing $2,000 into the market and just losing it because you don't know what you're doing. You're $150 to trade a $50,000 account, and you're keeping the first $10,000. I'll do that every single day, with this. And I hope you do. I hope you realize how great these setups are. Here's a divergence right here. Here's a low and a lower low and a low and a higher low. And it's a 9.3, and it's a 9.3 divergence. It's a pretty good one. But it moved up here. But it was also a 44 divergence right after that. So, again, you could see, this is just such good stuff. Anyway, I want to leave you at that. Leave you with that. Excuse me. Getting pretty excited now. Waiting for the markets to open. Let's just take a look at the where the markets are right now. And if you're interested in trading with us here at Day Trading Radio, head over to DayTraderRockStar.com or scroll back on that video. Take a picture or a screenshot, or go into the description of the video. Click on the free trial. Please only take one and then become a member. It's well worth it. There's so many different apps. We actually have 2 bots that are running that you could track that are going to be pointing out the divergences. Plus, I'm pointing out the divergences also. So, hope you enjoyed that right there. All right, so just check the in the description of the video. I don't think you need the link to it. I think you just need the code DTRAPEX for that 80% off to start up that prop account and get qualified and start receiving it. And again, for those out there who are members want to upgrade to their lifetime, this is a great time to upgrade. Normally $14.95, 40% off just this week. It ends on Friday. Take advantage of it. It comes with the School of Stock, which is my 2 big courses, the Divergence course and the High Probability Foundation course. This is all my information that came from an original book that I wrote back in the day. We turned it into a course, and it's really a great course. That's worth $500 in itself. The Tradeometer, the Futures Trade Alert Network. You get all the alerts on your walkie-talkie. You also get them on text messages, emails, and if you're watching the show, of course, audio. Prop trade alerts, same thing. These are made, this is actually, the prop trade alerts is actually converting into the Futures Trade Alert Network. So this is actually going to be this. They're both basically the same thing. I was just trying to find a faster way to get these alerts out to you, and this is the fastest I've found so far. So we're working with this. This is in beta, but you get it anyway. The Rockbot and the Rockbot scripts, these you can run on your own machine and have them automatically trade for you. I highly recommend having it take your entries, but you manage these trades. Don't let it run overnight because of news and events and stuff like that. But if you head over to Day Trading Radio, all the information is there. The price is already adjusted on the site. Also, one little thing: if you if you pay with Venmo, we're trying to get away from PayPal. If you pay with a credit card or a Venmo, I'll take an additional $100 off. But you have to email me for that so I could send you the link to sign up with. So if you want that, that's a special added bonus here. If you pay with Venmo or just a regular credit and not use the PayPal. 5-day sale. Just click on that. And then normally, if you want to just take the monthly and you want to have the Rockbot scripts quarterly and yearly, these include the Rockbot scripts. Our basic monthly does not include the scripts, but it does include everything at $69.95. The lifetime membership, we dropped it $14.99 a couple weeks ago. We just added the sale, but it will go back up to this. So take advantage of that. It comes with the School of Stock And this, because of this price, and this is a lot of work for me, the one-on-one mentoring sessions, I am adding one mentoring session to the sale, the cheaper sale price, which is gold, because I get to the hands-on one-on-one for 90 minutes, teach you, answer your questions and everything else, even trade with you if you want. All right. And again, if you just want to try everything out for 10 days, click on this, or head over to DayTraderRadio.com. But you have to click on this. There is not many places that you can actually get that free trial. So you're going to have to just grab this and click, take a, use your camera to scan the QR code, and it'll bring you right to the sign up. All right. Everyone have a great evening. I'll see you guys in the markets tomorrow. I'm super excited because I'm going to qualify tomorrow, and then I'm going to open up another one. And if you open up one, we'll do it together with the super signal. And it all starts tomorrow. So I'll see you in the markets. Email me if you have to. My email is ironaction@yahoo.com. That's IRONACTION @yahoo.com. ironaction@yahoo.com. Or there is a support ticket on the site. You could reach out that way also. All right, I'm done. Let's get this out. I hope you enjoy the video. If you have any feedback or anything, please let me know. Have a good evening. Also, just in case, I'm watching the markets over here. I have the audio alert here. If there is a divergence setting up, I will send it out at night. Like right now, it's about 11 o'clock. I don't want to wake people up, but we do send out alerts on super signals. They are worth so much money that if you got a super signal at 11 o'clock, I want to make sure you get it and you're able to, profit from it. So, and it doesn't mean that you can't trade your own money on these. I would trade your own money also. If you have your own futures account, use the super signals. You're going to make a lot of money using them. All right. Have a good night, everyone. DayTraderRockStar signing out.